Oh, hello, Seva Ranger Nation. How are you doing? Welcome to the villain video that I was wanting to make. This is just going to be a fun way of me to kind of talk about my theories of villains, potential plots, what I think is going on in my brain, because these villains are, they're unknown, but they've already started off with such a strong purpose. Like with Evox, especially with the preview, we get to see he has his own little subspace area. We already have 2 potential Rangers are down for the count inside of, I'm just gonna assume they went to the ghost netherworld or something and they're gonna start disappearing. So they need to save them quickly, but there are baddies on the way. Everything is red and I probably look very silly. I don't know if this makes me look less silly, but we're gonna run with it. Guys, where are we gonna start? Let's just start at the beginning of the episode. Why was Blaze such a douche? Like, really? I'm wondering, and this is just me, because this is maybe what they're wanting us to believe. Blaze was behind it. He was just a jerk. We'll say it that way. So Blaze was just being a jerk, but we learn later that these avatars are kind of like the evil version of themselves, as what, you know, Nate was telling us. So I'm almost wondering if this virus corrupts and make you a little evil was, you know, maybe Blaze was trying to get a heads up on something, and maybe he was trying to, you know, get a little extra Morphex or something in him, and maybe something happened with it. Maybe that's why he was such a jerk. Maybe he is just a jerk. Maybe, I mean, A-Squad wasn't under any sort of, this is an SPD reference, by the way, Power Rangers SPD. You should watch it. It's a really good season. But, you know, the A-Squad, they were like, nope, sorry, we're gonna go work for Emperor Grum, and they weren't under a spell. They were just evil. That's fine. I mean, you want to tell me Blaze is just, he's just a jerk. He's just mean. Alright, I mean, that's his character. That's his character. There doesn't even have to be. People are just jerks sometimes. You don't even need to have a reason, okay? But I'm wondering if he was the one who was slightly behind it. Maybe, you know, he already looked like someone. You look at what Devin was doing, kind of challenging his authority, challenging his strength. And he got really, really mad. And the way he attacked Devin just makes you think, I don't know, man. I don't know. Who would do that? Like, Ravi and Roxy, they both were really kind of taken back by it, like kind of scared of him. And so that almost makes me wonder if this is a different side of him, or maybe something was coming out beforehand. Could that be a difference of why his avatar, or at least, is it a reason they're going to tell us why his avatar came out with him more on the head of it? Maybe because he had more control, where Roxy's is already in the full suit and she didn't have as much control? Who knows? But the avatars themselves, remember, they have at least some sort of consciousness of the person they have taken over / copied. Because Blaze did call Zoe Laundry Girl. Now, I mean, I guess an avatar could notice that it was maybe a laundry. I mean, that wasn't even a laundry thing she was pushing at him. So they have to have some form of memory of knowing what is going on, and how crazy is that going to be going forward with any of the fights between Ravi and Roxy, because Ravi knows that he needs to defeat, this is what we were told, you know, they have to defeat the avatars, hopefully to have everyone else wake up. Okay, but is he going to be able to fight Roxy if she has those same memories? I mean, the psychological stuff that's going to be able to happen with all of this is just, it's really, really awesome. And so let's think about this, their consciousness. Now, this is what Nate said, and maybe the reason why I really wanted to do this video today was because I didn't get a chance in my Big Beast Morphers episode 1 wrap-up to kind of talk about what's going on with Blaze and Roxy. Like, they're in these tubes. So Nate goes on to say that they're fine, except they just seem to be in a deep sleep. So, you know, coma, unconscious or whatever, but their bodies are actually okay. However, they are now linked via the morphing grid to their avatars. Roxy, Evil Roxy, Blaze, Cybervillain Blaze. They are linked, and according to Nate, unless you can defeat the avatar, they're not going to be able to wake up. But now hold on, because in a scene we saw, it's not just Blaze and Evil Roxy with Evox, and Evox is a whole nother thing. We have another ranger, or not another ranger, we have another general or somebody that's going in, because in Evox's world, I guess, that we saw very, very quick in the, I guess it was in the trailer or so, we saw Blaze and Roxy, and they're wearing, like, remember when they go in to have the morph, they're wearing, you know, the white and the red, but when they're in there, it looks like it's black. So you almost wonder, is this going to be their inverted forms? Are they going to be evil, maybe not morphed? So do we get to see the actresses and actors of Blaze and Roxy be able to be evil while in there, but also while still asleep? I don't know. And this is crazy. And then what if they come in unmorphed? How are they going to do it, like, with their parents? Because remember, Commander Shaw said teenagers work the best for this. Well, Robbie's obviously got a thing. So if he turned into an avatar and he had to go in a deep sleep or whatever, at least his mom would know where he is. What's going to happen on Blaze and Roxy's mom? Are they going to mention it? Or mom or dad? I mean, hey, Rangers have moms. And by the way, I know Udana was a mom. I know Kimberly had a mom. But that's pretty much my point, is that Rangers don't do moms. They don't. We had Udana. We have every once in a while in a random season, one Ranger maybe has a mom for an episode. But how many more dad plots have we seen? Okay, if you got to go back 13 years to Udana to tell me about a decent mom plot, pretty sure I rest my case. It's been 13 years, guys. Power Rangers does not do mom stuff very often, so that is why I'm super excited for Commander Shaw. But yeah, Commander Shaw knows if Robbie was going to be gone, and I want to know what's going to happen with Blaze and Roxy. Is it their evil avatars are going to come in and be like, "Hi, Mom, I'm in bed"? Are they going to have to make a different avatar to have them show up? What's going to happen to the karate class? You know, okay, so apparently Blaze, Roxy, and Robbie were leading it, which is weird. I would not take, or nor would I let my child take a karate class with Blaze, who was attacking everyone. Okay, so Blaze and Roxy are in the subspace, and I guess I'll just call it subspace because we don't know what it is yet. Maybe it's in another dimension. Nate mentioned that he sent Blaze and Roxy to another dimension, which I think is kind of cool, actually, that he just mentions he sent them to another dimension. But they're going to come back, obviously, because they're smart, and they're probably going to find Evox on the way, because Evox is still... I mean, they're going to have to deal with that. Evox is still on their computers, right? I mean, maybe they cut the flow of Morph X. I mean, we started on how that managed to happen. They cut it so the evil Morph X wouldn't come in, but then it still works. My theory on that, by the way, is that if you look at all the tubes, they were already filled with stuff. And so I'm wondering if it was cut, but, you know, the tube and everything was still full, so when they morphed, it just all went down anyway, and, like, the reserve was already okay. That's at least my theory on it, but... I love it. We're only one episode in, guys, and we already have theories, and I'm already wondering about what is going to happen going forward, which is funny because, I mean, I'm just talking about villains right now. Let's not even talk about the fact that, okay, well, Zoe trained to be in this, so she obviously is going to be able to pick up the slack, and she's going to get into it, but they don't want the parents to know. What's Mayor Daniels going to do? Is he going to find out? He clearly wasn't a big fan of it, and now he's going to be like, 1, I told you so, 2, that's my freaking son! Who knows? Who knows, man? But with Blaze and Roxy, so let's pretend that their consciousness is like their good consciousness is in the subspace or whatever with Evox in them. How great is that going to be for some plot lines? You're thinking like hostage situation, ransom. At some point, Evox could be like, look, they're my generals, but usually the baddies, like, they don't care about their generals by the end of the season. They put them out as cannon fodder and they get destroyed by the Rangers before the main general gets destroyed. But could you imagine if he's like, hey guys, you want to stop my baddie? It's a good thing I had Blaze and Roxy right here. Be a shame if something happened to them. Because he's a snake. When are we going to meet that other guy? Right? When are we going to meet the other dude that was in the subspace with him? I'm hopefully, you know, episode 2, it's going to be called Evox's Revenge, by the way, and it's happening this Saturday. We also have episodes 3 and 4 titles for those coming out the following week. So we do have at least 4 weeks in a row, guys, of Beast Morphers, of all these theories, of all of these things, just wondering, let me know, what do you guys think? About what do you guys think about just any of this in general? Like Blaze and Roxy, are they going to be good in the cyberspace? Are they going to be bad, some under mind control? Are they going to wake up before the season is even over? I know some people were like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if they kind of woke up, but then, you know, by the end they were working together. Oh, God, remember Jared and Camille from Jungle Fury? Another season that I enjoyed. Big baddies by the end, fighting with the Rangers in suit. And to see those villain suits fighting against the other villains, mwah, mwah. Absolutely love it. The last thing though that I'm going to talk about the villains is that they were kind of glitching. Now, glitching is something we've been seeing in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Beyond the Grid. It's the comic series from Boom Studios. It's actually one of two. If you are new, if you're just coming back to Beast Morphers after being away from Power Rangers for a while, you really owe yourself to read the comic books from Boom Studios. Go-Go Power Rangers and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, both fantastic, fantastic stories. But what's going on right now in Beyond the Grid is that, well, there's a Solar Ranger, and really, long story short, has a little bit of the morphing grid, not fully connected. There's lots of glitching. The power isn't fully there. Could that be why Blaze and Roxy were both glitching? Or maybe not. This is a different place, different continuity. But I found it interesting that in the comics, Solar Ranger, named Ari, by the way, she is a new Ranger. You're like, why didn't know there was a Solar Ranger? And her suit design is really, really nice. But anyway, her name's Ari, and she's a Solar Ranger. But she wasn't fully connected to the morphing grid. She didn't have a team. She didn't have people behind her, so it was causing her to glitch. Perhaps that is a reason why these new evil Rangers, I guess, are glitching. They're not fully connected to the morphing grid. They're being separated from something. You have to imagine their actual bodies themselves that are in a coma right now, or whatever you want to call it. They were exposed. You know, they're in part of the morphing grid. They are connected to it. Do they get any of the powers? How fast does DNA mutate to get Cheetah and Gorilla and Jackrabbit powers? That's, I don't know, man. I'm with Mayor Dan. He's like, mutate to what? Why you gotta be mutating people just to make them into Power Rangers? Lightspeed Rescue would have some strong words for you guys. I'm just throwing out a whole bunch of old seasons for you. Guys, you know what? This is it. I'm just gonna wrap it up with this because this was just, I wanted to blah with you guys and just go on about some theories and ramble and just talk about these villains because I'm loving this show, guys. I will be seeing you Saturday morning, probably be live tweeting again the new episode, and hopefully be getting a review out to you on Saturday. Depending on the weather, I'd really like to take you guys along with the vlog on Saturday because we have that. I've got season, I'm a really big fan of soccer. Home opener for it. I got a bunch of fun stuff coming up, and I'll be taking you guys along with me. Follow me on any and all social medias at Ranger_Liz, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. There we go. I think that's all the promotions I need, right? Right. Ça va, Ranger Nation. I'll see you at the next video. Adieu.